It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Wizards have struggled the last couple of years, so some people were surprised that Bradley Beal signed an extension there. Beal said, "Today, a lot of stars want to team up. No knock, but I'm a firm believer in sticking with what you got. If I win a championship in D.C., that'll hold way more weight than if I just left and tried to get one." Kevin?
Oh, I love that story. David, thank you. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Bryant. Bradley Beal is out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. And for Chicago, Zach LaVine is out there with Ball. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Vucevic, and it's Williams at the 4. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
Beal can't get it to go. And here we go, the Bulls, fast break. LaVine with the ball. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by LaVine.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
Outside, Bryant. He can't get that one. Nice D from Williams. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. He dishes it to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Well, that's power and focus of Nikola Vucevic. Hit him, slap him, doesn't make a difference.
And we all know that defense, not necessarily the strong suit for Vucevic, but it's an area that he has definitely shown some improvement.
No doubt, Greg. His greatest strength, obviously, is ability to get on the backboards and rebound with a high efficiency and production. And the key is he's worked to mask those defensive deficiencies. Not a lockdown anchor, but certainly a better team defender than when he entered the league. What you love about Nikola Vucevic is every night you know he's going to play hard and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. You love playing with teammates like that, guys.
Beal from long range. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Beal against LaVine. Left side, Ball. Lets it go with a 3. Cans it from downtown.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Beal, the pass to Dinwiddie. Beal against LaVine. The shot by Beal, no good. Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. DeRozan's shot is off.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Dinwiddie passes to Beal. Over LaVine. That doesn't go either for Beal.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Here's LaVine. And he makes good on the layup.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Dinwiddie with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah. Outside, Bryant. And there's the pass to Beal. Makes the most of the high percentage shot. Beal's got 5 now.
Well, Bradley Beal has turned himself into more than just a perimeter shooter. This guy can go off the dribble drive. He can score at the rack. That's nice.
Now, here's Ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. LaVine passes to DeRozan. And the wing jumper offline. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Trailing by 5. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
Shots good by Gafford.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
So it's Chicago now after the basket by Washington. And DeRozan. Here we go. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And that's a case where DeMar DeRozan's teammates benefiting from him being a willing distributor. This is a very team-first guy.
Outside, Beal. No good on the triple.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Aaron Holiday is checked in for Washington. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Holiday after the Bulls pick up 2. Oh, Beal in position. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Williams. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists tonight.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Now, here's Bertans, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Levine against Beal. And that one goes long.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And you watch DeRozan play, he still has that explosiveness. Great first step out of the triple threat position. Can switch directions on the go. Is still a handful to slow on the perimeter.
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Washington. They're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And, of course, the Bulls, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And, you know, for the Bulls, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Greg, with the explosiveness you talked about with DeRozan, it helps that he finishes so well when he gets to the rim.
And maybe not what he once was, but he is still an elite level athlete. Doesn't only have to drop the hammer when he gets to the rim either. Very smooth at adjusting mid-flight to finish at the rim.
Pass to Bertans. Williams with the block, and he recovers it. Just 5 on the clock. Another shot. Here's Holiday, and he banks in the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Chicago leading by 10. Ball kicks to Levine. Pass to DeRozan. Over Bertans. Offensive rebound. Vucevic. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
To the paint. Williams with the steal. Levine wide open. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 3 assists now in this one. Wizards trail by 15. Here's Beal. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Elite athleticism. Levine able to go up, take the hit, and convert.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Bradley's checked in for Vucevic. Jones comes in for Williams. Troy Brown's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kobe White in for Lonzo Ball. You know, Doris, we saw the All-Star game playing to a target score down the stretch. And some think in years to come, the NBA may adopt it for the overtime periods. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this, Kevin. That All-Star game, I was absolutely riveted to my television. The action was compelling. The defense was compelling. I can't say I've ever experienced that in an All-Star game. I think it's something you have to take a hard look at.
And here are the Bulls now, following the bucket by the Wizards. Bradley passes to Levine. A putback. Levine on the follow. Levine's got 10 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Washington calls timeout.
And no doubt, coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Well, the shooting guards you see listed there have been the ultra-reliable players for the past month. Take a look at their percentages from the field during that time. In the third spot, Zach LaVine.
You know, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable and consistent shooters. It's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
And a lot of times, those shots they create for themselves come right at the basket. As good a group of shooters as they are, they don't just settle for jumpers. These are players who are willing to attack the rim.
Here's White after the basket by Washington. Top of the key, Bradley. The dish to Brown. Shoots over Kuzma. Here's Bradley. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 18.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't.
On the wing, Holiday. White covering, and Holiday, here we go. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Holiday against White. Passes to Bradley. He kicks to Levine. But they'll get another chance. And it's White missing. Wizards trail by 16. Kuzma, right side. Holiday finds Harrell. Now Avdia. Here's Hachimura. White with the defensive effort. Inside. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Avdia. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, you can see the eagerness to contribute from Rui Hachimura. Finds the open man, willing to facilitate.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season
from the free throw line.
Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Levine. Free throw no good for Holiday. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They lead by 14. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
And the dunk by Hachimura.
Well, you understand if you're Rui Hachimura when to anticipate, make a steal, and get in transition. Nicely done.
Right side, White. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
So it's Washington now. It's a 14-point game. Last time they met was in Washington.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
.109 left in the first. Chicago leading by 12. Outside, Jones. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. It's stolen by Hachimura. And stolen by White. All going up court. Finishes the break with a slam.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Washington with the ball. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And the dunk by Hachimura.
I mean, that's about tremendous body control right there. And you love that Hachimura willing to accept the contact.
And Doris, don't forget a consensus All-American in his final year of college. Hachimura scoring almost 20 points a game.
Yes, Greg. He helped the Gonzaga Bulldogs to 37 wins in each of his last 2 years, and obviously played in some big-time games. Was asked to step up in key moments, and he delivered.
And that one falls for Hachimura.
And Hachimura's given name, Rui, means fortress in Japanese. And that's what he looks like out there. He's worked hard in the weight room, sports a solid frame with a terrific core and that great lower body strength.
Here's Caruso. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Bradley. Hachimura grabs the miss. Wizards trail by 11. Here's Kuzma. Hero. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, this guy is tremendous at keeping plays alive. Montrezl Harrell getting to the offensive window.
And here's White. 2 on the clock. Can't get the layup. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for Chicago. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And recently we chatted with Zach LaVine about the team, and he pointed out what he sees as an advantage.
You know, we should have energy and we should be outplaying the other team. Like I said, just competitive-wise, we don't have all the miles other teams have. We should have energy, you know, young, hungry dudes that are ready to compete and show what they have in this league. And we shouldn't be tired out there. We should be the most conditioned team. We should be running people up and down.
Greg trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Wizards 5 right now. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Avdia. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Here's Harrell. The Bulls getting the bucket. And Harrell slams it down hard.
What a move from Montrezl Harrell. Put that one on the highlight reel.
Chicago leading by 9. Now here's Brown. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. There's the pass to Caruso. Dinwiddie with the steal. And that's a foul, and it's called on Troy Brown. That is his first foul of the game. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Chicago. Wizards trail by 9. Dinwiddie finds Harrell. Avdia back to Harrell. Down low. Pass to Avdia. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Now Avdia, taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Hachimura. And Jones sends it back. They recover it. Kuzma can't get it to go. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Bulls. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, there might not be anyone in the league who enjoys a nice opportunity to send it in as DeMar DeRozan. How about the bounce in his step?
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
DeRozan against Kuzma. Dinwiddie wide open. No good from outside.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And Bradley gets it to go.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Dinwiddie outside. A floater. He lays it in. Dinwiddie's got his first points in this one.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
DeRozan against Kuzma. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Well, doing what he does best. DeMar DeRozan hits the afterburner on the drive, catches the defense flat-footed.
Wizards trail by 15. Washington calls timeout. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. The Wizards with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Wizards trail by 15. Dinwiddie drives in. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Ball with it. He's got 8 to the inside. Williams, and it's blocked. It's Beal on the wing. Off target from three-point range. The Bulls leading by 13. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, that's really good work inside from DeMar DeRozan. You know, he knows how to get position where a defender is almost forced to foul him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. First free throw is good.
You know, to me, one of the real pleasurable aspects of watching DeMar DeRozan work, this guy's footwork is something he's developed, and it's on point. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Outside, Beal. No good with the triple.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And DeRozan throws it down.
And Ball sets up his teammates, and when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Wizards trail by 17. Here's Beal. 7 points in the game. Lays it up and banks it in. Beal's got 9.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
To the paint. Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And the Bulls lead by 17.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Beal. 9 points in the game so far. Dinwiddie against Ball. Good work there as it goes. He has 6.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
To the middle, here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
Wizards trail by 17. Beal deciding where to go with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And how about this, Doris? For all of his offensive accomplishments, Beal has said he wants to make the all-defensive first team at some point.
Well, he has the instincts, the athleticism, and the tenacity to do exactly that, Greg. The problem is he has had to expend so much energy at the offensive end. But what you love is he's willing to take on difficult challenges. That should help him qualify.
The first free throw is good. And you know, we often talk about Beal's skill set and his finesse. He can play a very physical game as well, Greg.
He doesn't have a choice. I mean, he had 4 brothers who all played football in college, so he kind of grew up around the physicality. And you can also tell Bill's taking his strength and conditioning seriously, especially after having the lower body injury issues earlier in his career.
And both free throws good for Beal.
I think Bradley Beal, guys, has everything you want in a 2-guard. He's 6'5", so he's got tremendous size. He's an outstanding athlete. He's one of the purest shooters in the game. He's unafraid in the clutch. I mean, what's not to like?
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards, trailing by 17. From 10 feet out, whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Big time tough play by Beal right there, unfazed by the foul.
Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And You got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Ball, the pass to Vucevic. Kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Vucevic. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Dinwiddie with it. Now guarded by Ball. The Bulls leading by 14. Feeds to Williams. That one goes. Count it. Williams has got 8.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here now is Dinwiddie. 6 points for him. Outside, Beal. Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Wizards shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. That one is off.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And the Wizards making a change here. Holiday's checked in. And the second free throw, good. The Bulls leading by 15. Here's Williams, and it's Williams with the jam.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Stolen by Ball. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And really an outstanding combination of length and athleticism. Ball is the perfect guy to take it coast to coast.
Wizards trail by 19. Now here is Holiday. He has 6. Here's Beal. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, if you sprint in transition, DeMar DeRozan doesn't always go to the cup. He will make a jumper and finish.
The Wizards shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Holiday, the pass to Bryant. It's stolen by Vucevic. And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And that one misses.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
Troy Brown's checked in for Chicago. And he sinks the second. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Shot to stop the run, and he sinks the layup. Beal's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, Bradley Beal has become such a good playmaker, finishing through contact. That is beautiful.
Outside Williams. At the elbow, Vucevic. 5 on the clock. There's Levine. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Oh, those are the subtle moves that Levine is adding to his game. That pump fake, now he is just heading to the line. Nice.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And the first one drops.
Now think back to the 2014 NBA draft, the 13th pick overall. Zach LaVine goes out and gives an epic performance in the 2016 dunk contest.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Harrell comes in for Daniel Gafford. And it's Hachimura in for Davis Bertans. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And here we go. Beal gets a wide open look. And too long on the shot. The Bulls leading by 21. Ball feeling it out a bit. In the corner, it's Levine. Pass to Vucevic. Over Bryant. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Levine. Vucevic has got 11 points. The Wizards shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Beal drives in and finished off by Beal.
That's just a great move by Beal. Little shake, little bake right there.
Holiday against Ball. Vucevic, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Holiday gets the bucket. He's got 8.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Outside, Levine. Vucevic dishes to Levine. Shoots from the elbow. Misses off the left iron.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
The shot by Beal, no good.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And it's Brown missing. Wizards trail by 21. On the wing, Holiday sinks the triple. Holiday's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. So for the Bulls, Bradley's checked in for Vucevic. Jones comes in for Williams. And it's White in for Lonzo Ball. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Abdias checked in for Bryant. Now here's White. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Levine, rebound by the Wizards. Harrell's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Looking here at some numbers for Brown. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 3 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And right now, he's just a role player, but he's working hard and contributing in spurts.
Well, we've certainly seen flashes of what this guy can do, but he has got to find a way to consistently do it if he wants to be a starter.
The first one falls. That one misses.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
The offensive rebound. Harrell finds Hachimura, and he uses the glass on the layup. Hachimura's got 13.
Yeah, just not being as physical inside as they need to be right now. They're not creating the second chance opportunities that they did in the first.
Now here's Bradley. He has 7. Jones, no luck.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Here's Beal, poked away, stolen by Levine. White inside, guarded by Holiday. The open shot, Levine. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 13 points in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
There's Beal with the 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's Chicago, taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 14 points, and the past few seasons, the Bulls have been inefficient at the offensive end. Shaq, it's something they're desperately trying to fix.
Yeah, they're near the bottom of the league in the field goal percentage. Partly, I think it's a lack of discipline, buddy. Rarely do young players get a great shot selection go together. Yeah, this is where this team is still in search of an identity.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Bulls leading by 19. We've got Ball. DeRozan out there with Williams. And it's Vucevic. And it's Levine at the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Now, Zach LaVine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
Washington shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Now the pass to Bertans. Beal with it. Dinwiddie right side. Back to Beal. Shoots the 3. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Beal's got 21 in the game.
We know this. Bradley Beal is an elite scorer who will take advantage of every opportunity.
Dinwiddie against Ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You just can't allow Ball to get comfortable when he's penetrating inside. He does a great job of using his size and those hesitation moves to draw fouls.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. And he makes the first. And he makes the first but misses the second. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for the Wizards. Trailing by 19. And there it is for him.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Bertans finds Beal and finish off by Bryant.
What an outstanding pass, and Bradley Beal has come such a long way as a playmaker.
Vucevic, the pass to DeRozan. Over Bertans. And it's DeRozan missing.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Wizards trail by 17. Outside Bryant. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Bertans. He kicks it to Beal. Shot clock at 5. From deep. And again, Washington with the triple.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Levine against Beal. Outside Levine. Pass the ball. Outside Williams. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Bryant. Bertans with the ball. DeRozan defending. And Bryant wide open. He shoots off target from outside.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Boy, excellent start to this second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Now Dinwiddie, 8 points for him. Outside Beal. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Dishes to Bryant. Clock at 6. Beal from long range. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. DeRozan's got 4 rebounds in this game. And there's Levine on the assist by Vucevic. Levine's got 17.
Zach LaVine is simply stated a tough cover. He's got athleticism and skill, and that combination is lethal.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Passes it to Bertans. Kicks it to Beal. Back to Bertans. Dinwiddie outside. 5 to shoot. Releases. The Wizards with another miss. Chicago leading by 20. Lobs it up for Levine. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
We're just going to call him Mr. Zach LaVine. Another highlight reel finish.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Beal, the pass to Bryant. The Wizards working the ball around now. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Bryant's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Bulls have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Bryant against Vucevic. And the pass to DeRozan. And here's Levine. Pass to Vucevic. Just 5 on the clock. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Again, Levine missing.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Chicago with the ball, following the bucket by the Wizards. And Vucevic kicks to Levine. The second chance effort. Bryant with the rebound. Wizards trail by 18. Here's Pertinis. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play. And at last year's trade deadline, it surprised some people that Bertans was one of the hottest names out there.
Right. Bertans goes from a guy who was getting limited minutes in San Antonio to playing around 30 per game for Washington. There were reports that suggested the Wizards were asking for at least one first-round pick and maybe a sweetener. Boy, does that show you the value of a sweet shooting big man.
That one falls for Bertans. The Bulls leading by 15. Here's Caruso. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Levine passes to Vucevic. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Levine. The Wizards with another miss. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
Tell you, feeling the contact and concentration to finish through it. Nice by Levine.
He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. White, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And a switcher also for Washington. Hachimura is checked in. Wizards trail by 18. Washington calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And a quick review looking at some numbers here for Beal. Putting up about 25 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 8 points for him. But they recover it. And another miss by Washington. Chicago leading by 18. Here's White. Bradley passes to White. Second chance shot. That one, no good. Great D that time from Beal.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Bulls have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Here's Bradley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Bulls have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
free throw good from Bradley. Chicago making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And then for Washington, Avdia comes in for Beal. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Dinwiddie. And so Bradley nails both of them. Wizards trail by 20. Holiday looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Avdia. And again, Washington no good. Chicago leading by 20. Here's Caruso. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Bradley. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Bradley Beal. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
First one falls for him.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Troy Brown's checked in for the Bulls. And he makes both free throws.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
He kicks to Hill. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And then Jones with the jam.
Just simply running an offense, probably the area where Zach can grow the most.
Here's Holiday. He's got 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Kuzma with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. It doesn't go for him. And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Holiday, the pass to Hachimura. Pass to Avdia. Hachimura against Jones. Hachimura, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Here's Holiday. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
In that matchup against the Bucks, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
Free throw, good, Holiday. Both free throws good from Holiday. And here's Levine. 22 points for him. Down low, here's Jones. Rebounded by the Wizards. Hachimura with it. Jones covering. They get the rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. For Washington, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Now here's LaVine. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. It's White on the wing, guarded by Holiday. Count it. White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now Holiday. He's got 13. The Wizards have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Holiday.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Here's LaVine. He's got 22. Outside, Jones. On the wing, LaVine. Bradley. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Washington shooting 37% so far in the third quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution. Now here is Hachimura. Good.
Boy, even with the contact, Rui Hachimura doesn't lose his touch or his concentration. So tough to distract this guy.
Here's White. He's got 8. Outside Bradley. Outside White. Takes the 3. A new 14 for the Bulls. Bradley finds White. 6 to shoot. Bradley passes to LaVine. Here's Brown. Here's Bradley. And another shot. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line. Free throw good from Bradley.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. That one is no good. And the Wizards with possession. Here's Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Big night for Rui Hachimura. You can tell when his number is called, he is prepared to embrace the scoring role.
Outside, Jones passes it to Bradley. Back to Jones. Can't hit that one. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Avdia, the pass to Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Well, you've got to have an ability to be agile in pick and rolls, and Hachimura showing as a roller, I'm a problem.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. That's good from Ball. Chicago making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Then for the Wizards, Bryant is checked in for Harrell. Beal comes in for Avdia. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Aaron Holiday. Ball hits them both. Beal with it. 26 points for him. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Dinwiddie out to Kuzma. Off target with his 3.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
And here is Ball. Here's Bradley. And the Bulls with another miss. And so it's Chicago, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. It seems like nothing they do can go wrong as they string together one successful possession after another and are simply running away with this one. We'll return shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. 4th quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Rui Hachimura. Thomas Bryant is out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. They get it again with the second effort. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. Doris, as we've seen, NBA players are becoming more vocal on social issues. And some will say, keep politics out of sports. Should the NBA and should all sports leagues be worried about that backlash?
Kevin, one of the things I admire most about the NBA is its commitment to the causes it believes in. And whether we are talking about the mental health issues of some of their players or the current situation in the country, the NBA's commitment to supporting equality and social justice is admirable. What is controversial about equality and social justice for all? Nothing. I admire their commitment. They're on the right track.
Now here's Brown. Vucevic finds DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside for Beal. From deep. Sinks the 3-pointer. Beal's got 11 in the second half.
And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half.
Here's DeRozan, and finished off by DeRozan.
I think I can make the case that DeMar DeRozan finishes through contact like a big man. This guy is tremendous at end-one opportunities.
And with small ball catching on, it's the rare team, Doris, that looks to go big and play bully ball. Why hasn't that approach been more popular?
Well, to me, Kevin, the NBA game is one that's in constant evolution. So right now the emphasis is three-point shooting, free throw opportunities, and restricted area opportunities. That seems to be the most efficient way to play the game of basketball. On the defensive end, what that requires is positionless players, guys in the post who can guard the perimeter, switchability. All the versatility you can bring to bear on the defensive end is significant, and so that's why bully ball becoming harder and harder to play in today's NBA.
Here's Gafford. Here's Beal. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Brown. Out to DeRozan. Shoots over Hachimura. Doesn't go that time. And Washington the other way now. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Well, make no mistake, Bradley Beal is a big-time athlete. Boy, how about his ability to get off the feet and finish that with authority?
The pass to Vucevic. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bryant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beal from long range. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. The drive-by ball. 2 points. That one goes. And the Bulls lead by 20.
Yeah, did you see how Ball initiated the contact on that drive? He doesn't shy away from it. Welcomes taking on the defense and finishing.
There's Dinwiddie following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Pass to Hachimura. You know, Doris, teams are using analytics more than ever before. We know that. And for example, blocks are certainly a key number. But some defenders...
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. With the teardrop, it's hauled in by the Bulls. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for Washington. Pass to Beal. Off the left rim and out. The Bulls have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And they double up DeRozan. Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Vucevic against Dinwiddie. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. Right now we're seeing more athletes willing to talk about mental challenges, be it depression or anxiety. And you know, Doris, the NBA is no exception. How encouraging do you find that?
Well, I think that whether NBA players or professional athletes in any sport know it or not, they are looked to as examples, as role models. And so I think everybody wins in this situation, Kevin. The players, the fans themselves, many of whom are dealing with the similar challenges. So, listen, life is not easy. Wherever you can get help, go and take it. I love this initiative from the NBA.
getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Neto, the pass to Bryant. Dinwiddie drives in. Back to Bryant. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Passes it to Caruso. The pass to Vucevic from downtown. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Washington has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And it's in there.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
The Bulls leading by 22. Caruso, the pass to Felicio. Vucevic gets double teamed. Over in the corner, Green. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Just 5 to shoot. To the paint, Felicio. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Outside Bryant. Pass to Neto. Back to Bryant. You know, Doris, I've heard some experts say, you look at the 6-foul limit, the NBA is basically the only sports league that takes stars off the floor. Doris, what would you think if they just tacked on an extra free throw instead?
Kevin, I absolutely hate the idea. The best defensive teams at any level of basketball guard at a high level without fouling. There's the drama aspect of a player being in foul trouble, either at the start of the game or down the stretch. It has an impact on strategy. It's something that I'm a traditionalist on. I think the 6-foul rule should remain in the game.
And the first one drops.
And what Brian has been showing more and more of is the ability to read the floor and make good decisions.
Right, Greg. This is a very smart guy who dominated in high school and college just because of his size. He overwhelmed opponents. Now we're seeing him pass out of double teams. Shot selection is better. Timing and pick and roll is now superb. This guy has really grown.
Both free throws good from Bryant.
Well, just because you're a second-round pick does not mean that you cannot carve out a legitimate NBA career. Give credit to Thomas Bryant. Incredible attitude, great work habits, and this guy continues to grind.
I don't know what's happening defensively, putting up any resistance.
Washington shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Beal, the pass to Dinwiddie.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Here's DeRozan. Missed it for the 8th time in 15 tries from the floor. Now, here's Bertans. He squares up and sinks it. Now, Ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, the pandemic impacting earnings all over the NBA, Doris. The pain is felt, we think, most keenly by small market teams.
Across the board, Kevin, there are economic realities that the pandemic has forced NBA teams to look at. But always those small market teams depend on revenue sharing to compete. So now attendance is compromised and their ledger is affected even more. This is going to be interesting to see how this affects roster composition. Boy, we've got a lot of questions to be answered.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Dinwiddie passes to Harrell. Chicago grabs the miss. Ball with it, defended by Dinwiddie. And here we go. Washington fast break. Offline with his 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Washington. Pass to Bertans. Here's Gafford. Vucevic defending. It's stolen by Vucevic. The feed to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. DeRozan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Some changes for Chicago. Felicio's checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Lonzo Ball. And then for Washington, Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Dinwiddie. Passes it to Arcidiacono. Back to DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Well, this is the point where you say, uh-oh, DeMar DeRozan is going to start to get rolling. This guy can impose his will.
For Washington, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. And there's the call on Ryan Arcidiacono. That is his first foul of the game. The Wizards making a switch here. Bonga's checked in. Now here is Holiday. Tight defense on him. Here's Bertans. Up and in on the layup.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Work in close, find a way to score.
The Bulls shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. And they double up DeRozan. And since last season, Doris, a lot of coaching changes. Why do you think so many?
Kevin, I think there's a lot of contributing factors. Some of it is ownership and front office changes. Whenever that happens, coaching changes are often the next shoe to drop.
First free throw is good. Raul Neto's checked in for the Wizards. And both free throws good for Williams. Here's Neto. To the inside. Harrell kicks to Neto. The pass to Bonga with the shot. Felicio with the rebound.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
DeRozan in the corner. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
Harrell dishes to Caldwell Pope. DeRozan with it. And here is Green. Pass to Arcidiacono. To the middle. Here's Williams. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
DeRozan passes to Felicio. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Harrell. Washington has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Outside Williams. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. And they double up DeRozan. Williams finds DeRozan. And the rejection by Harrell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. Here's Arcidiacono. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. So he can't get either to fall. DeRozan dishes to Green. It's good.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lonzo Ball.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Arcidiacono. Back to Green. Pass to Felicio. Here's Arcidiacono. And the 3 off target. Neto surveying the floor. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable. We're making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, you know, even if it's on the defensive end, you know, we're just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.